As we're in the flashback of Wano history, there have been many past connections that gave us answers of what has happened to lead on to the current storyline of One Piece. One of the most intriguing fights that have not been seen but knows that has occurred was the fight between Gecko Pirates and the Beast Pirates, and we know that Moria suffered a bad loss. Moria appears to care deeply for his old crew who are famous throughout the world. Upon losing them all in the new world to Kaido, now on the YONKO, Moria became bitter and his ideas of a crew changed dramatically, desiring a crew of zombies that would never result in another irreplaceable loss. Despite his twisted perception, Moria still seems to mourn their loss and even reacts quite heavily when thinking about them. I always believe Moria will be involved in Wano. Let's discuss his past battle and also the return of Moria. Gecko Moria vs Kaido, YONKO level, and Luffy's new ally? Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Please support the channel by clicking like on the video and subscribe if you haven't, and please join our Discord channel. Moria and his zombie army went on a rampage on Blackbeard's island Hashinosu, with Moria demanding for Blackbeard while also searching for Absalom. This hints that Moria really believes in his strength, or he wouldn't dare come to search for his nakama. If we look more into his past, at the age of 26, upon travelling into Logtown, Moria attended the planned execution of Goldie Roger, during which he listened to Roger's speech about his treasure One Piece, which presumably contributed to his dream of becoming the next Pirate King. After the execution, he and many others raised his flag and started to make a name for himself in the world. As a pirate, he was reputed as rivaling Kaido. During his search of One Piece, Moria formed a crew and went against Kaido. This was one of the first YONKO wars of the past. A war so great that even when Moria lost, the world government still made him as a Shibukai. When I look at both of these creatures, Kaido and Moria, you have to wonder, are they both from the same Horn race, the same as Oz? However, this was answered before in SBS volume 57. The reader said, sometimes we see the appearance of humans and giants with horns like things, but in this world, are horns basically something sort of like buck teeth? And Oda replied, yep, they are. Guys that look unbelievably non-human here and there, well, I guess, don't think about those traits. I look forward to drawing more and more interesting faces. And this is from Oda. Anyways, back to the theory. I always believe that Oz and their ancestors were the ones who created Wano Kuni. It's a very old country. It looks like it existed long before the Void Century, so Oz would have to be very old to be the one who created it. We know he died 500 years ago, but in the end, we don't know how long he lived, so it's still possible it was he. It could have been one of his ancestors or another giant. When Moria takes Luffy's shadow to Oz, he explains the legend of the country puller. A gigantic Oni stole entire countries and brought them back to his own, creating a kind of jigsaw puzzle island. Now, what's suspicious is that Wano is so neatly divided into its regions, and that these regions have different climates. And I know it may seem weird for different parts of the same island to have different climates, but we've seen Punk Hazard. Whether it's the island's magnetic properties, Punk Hazard has no magnetic field, but other islands do, or Awaken Logia for permanently altering them. The reason why the Greenland Islands have varying climates, with possibly zero in respect to latitude and longitude, is a mystery, so this opens the possibility Wano could be an assortment of former islands. Now, this would normally be considered as reaching, but there's another clue to consider: the islands right next to Wano, Onigashima. We've seen its outline. It has a gigantic Oz head. Oz was already gigantic by himself, but this skull here is about the size of an island. What if Kuri, Ringo, Kiba, Udon, Hakumai, and the Flower Capital used to be separate islands fused together by an Oni who lived on Onigashima centuries ago? And what if Kaido is a descendant of that monster? Now with this in mind, wouldn't it make sense why Kaido wanted Wano, and that was to reclaim the ancestral home land Onigashima? Kaido's island shares its name with an island in the Japanese folktale Momotaro, where mentioned many times, where the title hero and his animal retainers went to defeat the residing demons that were troubling people. I believe the similarities are there, where many different types of Oni on his island, and Kaido and Moria were one of them. So this battle between the Oni was always bound to happen. Who was the strongest of the Oni? Makes you wonder if Moria is the same type of Oni as the Numbers. The Numbers are a group of massive people who are associated with Kaido and the Beast Pirates. They all possess two horns on their heads, much like Kaido, and two of them carry a spiked club similar to Kaido's Kanabo, thus giving them traits similar to those of the legendary Oni. Two of them have been shown with very sharp teeth. Their physical structures vary greatly, with some being taller and slimmer while others are shorter and rounder. One member has a notably long neck. Despite his twisted perception, Moria still seems to mourn his own crew loss, and even reacts quite heavily when thinking about them. According to Queen, every member of the Numbers has a drinking problem. Heck, even Kaido drinks a lot. Must be an Oni thing. During this fight, we have seen Kaido's dragon form versus Gecko Moria's Asgard form, and that would have been truly a battle of giants, with Kaido's Kanobo versus Moria's sword. With Kaido's forces like kings, where all Moria's Nakama was slaughtered by Kaido as it was mentioned, or were the Numbers part of the Moria's crew and defected? After this battle, Moria started his own Wano with Thriller Bark and created a new team of the strongest fighters to replicate his own team. This includes former Rocks pirate Captain John and, as already discussed, Oz. This team was really prepared to go against Kaido with his former crew members, and Kaido's ancestor would have really annoyed him. If Moria finds a dragon corpse, then turn it into a zombie dragon, that would further bring Kaido to tears. Despite his cruelty and twisted outlook on life, he is capable of showing true care towards those close to him. When Absalom was kidnapped by Blackbeard, Moria did not hesitate to go and rescue him despite the risk of entering a Yonko's territory, especially given how the Blackbeard pirates are hunting powerful death roots. He was also shown to be loving towards Perona when she was growing up, as Perona herself viewed Moria as a father figure, suggesting he's capable of displaying affection to others, and this would lead to my final part. I believe that Gecko Moria will be on Wano seeking his revenge on Kaido for killing his entire crew. Moria will be out for revenge and will join Luffy and the allied forces to fight against Kaido, but instead of using many shadows as seen before against Oz in Thriller Bark, I believe that Moria will only give Luffy around 9 to 10 shadows, and those shadows will be from his fellow Straw Hats, his crew. With the shadows from Luffy's crewmates, he'll become a true monster. With a combined strength from his crewmates, especially from Zoro's, Sanji's and Jinbei's shadow, he will have the sniping abilities from Usopp, the intelligence of his crew like Robin, Nami and Frankie, and Jinbei. He will have all the techniques plus his own, and is able to make combinations never seen before. This will be the power to take down a Yonko like Kaido. That's why I believe that Luffy will gain the shadows from his crew, his Nakama, to defeat Kaido. Unlike in the battle against Oz, they will not fight together to bring Kaido down, they will willingly give their shadows to Moria so Luffy can use the power of their entire crew to bring down Kaido. It will also be the ultimate test for them to allow Moria to take their shadows, leaving them unconscious and putting all their trust in their captain, the future Pirate King, Monkey D. Luffy, the Goku. For Moria, when he sees how much Luffy cares for his Nakama, it will remind Moria of his past, and his ghost will finally lead to rest with Kaido being defeated. And that ends the video. What do you think? Please leave comments down below. Please like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda and join our Discord. And also everyone, Happy Chinese New Year!